My name is Mwai, and what a pleasure it is for me to be able to share some words of wisdom from the Holy Scriptures. I want to challenge you. I want to challenge you on what I have entitled, Think Straight. I'm sure at one point or the other in your life, you have maybe told yourself, or maybe told somebody, or somebody has told you, hey, you need to think straight, or let's think straight. Why do we say that? Why do we say that to ourselves? Why do we say that to one another? It's because sometimes in certain moments of our lives, we really do need to think straight. Maybe we are confronted with a certain situation, certain decision that we need to make, or maybe it's just an intense moment and we really need to kind of focus our energy so that we can be able to think straight, maybe make a certain decision, or maybe chart a certain way forward, but we need to think straight. And I want to challenge you, think straight. The Bible tells us in the book of Timothy, in 2 Timothy chapter 1 and verse 7, talking about the spirit of fear. For God has not given us a spirit of fear, but of love, of power. And then it says there, the Apostle Paul says, and of a sound mind, the importance of a sound mind. Paul there, talking about fear, telling young Timothy that, fear, obviously the implication is that fear sometimes will cause you not to think straight. Fear sometimes will cause you not to have a sound mind. And I think you know that to be true, because fear sometimes can cause us to make irrational decisions or do things that are irrational, that don't make sense. Why? Because we are fearful. It is an intense kind of a moment, in an intense kind of an emotion. So think straight. So how then do you think straight? And every now and then you have to pause, you have to slow yourself down, so that you can be able to think straight and be able to envision your life. The first thing that you must do if you're going to think straight is that, first and foremost, you must confront your anxieties. You must learn to confront your anxieties. And that's what also Paul was telling young Timothy. You have to confront this fear that is inside of you. Are there things that you're anxious about? Are there things that are causing you to become irrational? And sometimes anxieties come from things that we're imagining, things that are not even real, things that they have not even happened. We suppose they will happen. You're fearful. So you must confront your anxiety, and you must ask yourself, why am I being so anxious? Why am I so anxious about this situation? What's the worst that could happen? And when you confront your anxieties, you will realize that they loosen their grip on you, and then you're able to think straight. But then the second thing that you must do is that you must interrogate certain assumptions. Every one of us, every now and then, will make certain assumptions, maybe stereotypes, stereotypes about a certain situation, stereotypes about certain people. Maybe you've been told, oh, that person is like this, or those people are like that. And we make those assumptions and we assume them to be true. We don't interrogate them, although that community is like this, or no, that church is like this. And sometimes those assumptions are actually not based on fact, but they are just based sometimes on people's opinions or just somebody's imagination about them, and they're not necessarily based on truth. You must interrogate them, because if you don't interrogate some of these assumptions that we carry as true, they will cause you sometimes to make certain decisions. They will cause you sometimes to miss certain opportunities because you're not thinking straight. But then the third thing that you must do is you must learn to be strategic. If you are confronted with certain situations, certain problems, certain things that you need to maybe sort out or deal with, you must become strategic. You must, in your mind, decide that this is what I'm going to do about this situation. Number 1, number 2, number 3. Because problems don't go away when we ignore them, or because we bury our heads in the sand. I must be strategic. I must decide, no, for this situation, this is what I'm going to do. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 things, and then begin to do those things that you have actually decided to do. Then finally, for you to think straight, you must be decisive. So many people fail at the point of being decisive. So you sometimes you don't want to make a decision this way or that way. I normally say this, and this is my philosophy of life: just make a decision. If it is a good one, thank God. If it is not a very good one, well, we will learn from it. But one way or the other, you must make a decision. You must make a decision based on the facts at hand. Of course, you know, given all the facts at hand and given the best case scenario, you try to make the best decisions that you do, but you must make a decision. Be decisive. You want to be successful in life, you must be decisive. All right, you must do it. And when you become decisive, it contributes to you thinking straight. So my brother, my sister, please think straight. In any situation you find yourself in, and you find it's an intense moment, maybe the emotions are taking over, slow down, quiet yourself down, refocus, you know, recenter, and so that you can be able to think straight. And using some of these strategies I have given you, I assure you, you will improve the quality of your life. May the Lord bless you, and please share this with somebody else who needs to hear this desperately. We are on all social media platforms. Please go ahead and hit that share button, and may the Lord bless you. May the Lord give you his peace. May he cause his face to shine upon you. Until next time.